Hey everybody, Erica Sirwin here from Pink Bucker Designs. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little treat box today with a Scenic Adventures bundle. I love this bundle. I'm also using tags of thanks, I wanted a simple for you right there. All right, so let me show you what's inside and how this box opens. It's like that, open, I don't know what you call that, hinged box. And inside are these hosted s'mores cupcakes. I thought s'mores was a great treat to go along with our little outdoorsy bundle. All right, so let's make the box first, and then I'll show you how the tag goes together. All right, we're going to need a piece of early espresso that is 7.5 by 11. We're gonna start on the long side, and we're gonna score that at 2.5, 5, 7.5, and, well, I can't see because of my markers, 10. Then turn it and score on the short side at 2.5 and 5. All right, bone folder and scissors is what you need, and some adhesive. Now I'm gonna use liquid glue. I like liquid glue for 3D projects, but you can use tear and tape, Stampin' Seal Plus, you know, whatever your strongest adhesive is. All right, along the long side, we are going to cut all the score lines. Gotta get your big scissors for this. If you're using your paper snips, a little bit trickier. I think it's easier to get a straight line when you have your big scissors. All right, so I flipped it around to the other side. And, well, I didn't do a great job on that one. I kind of cut on the edge. That's okay, we're gonna cut it at an angle anyway. All right, let's start here with these two smaller tabs, and we're gonna put glue on the outside. All right, and then you wanna fold them up like this. All right, push them into the sides of your box. Now, for whatever reason, that one is hanging over the edge there, so I'm just gonna trim that. All right, now we're gonna take glue and we're gonna put it on the outside or the inside of the next squares. And we're gonna fold those up and around. It's kind of hugging all of that, if you will. All right, now I'm gonna grab my clothespins and just give it a squeeze. All right, now this one, we're gonna take the outside and go around like that. Around, give it a hug. You know, I must have been off with my scoring because my pieces aren't lining up. That's okay. We'll just trim that right there. All right, couple more clothespins just to keep that closed while we work on the tag. All right, let's set that aside to dry. There's what it looks like in case you need to see it again. All right, we're gonna use the dies, especially for this. And notice the tag has cut around those pieces. What I found is that it was easiest to take the circle and cut out those, well, I'll show you. If you glue them all together and then try to cut the circle, it's very thick here. You have 3 pieces of cardstock, and I don't think it can handle 3 pieces of cardstock. So I have cut out my crumb cake. This is my largest stylish shape. And I'm gonna we'll start with the larger back piece, the mountain. Well, this isn't the very back piece. Let me show you. One thing about these dies to know is that the bottom edge doesn't cut out, just that top edge. So whatever is below your bottom edge is going to remain attached. All right, now the early espresso piece is actually like a little standalone mountain. And I made my paper a little bit too big because it's gonna cut. Let's put it up a little bit higher. We'll cut that off right there. I mean, you can still snip that with your with your scissors, but just to make it a little bit easier, let's go down a little bit. Okay, and then let's see, we'll go ahead and just do these two. Got a lot of cutting here. We're gonna run this through several times. All right, so there's our back mountain. Right there, that's early espresso. Now this one, we want to put up almost to the top of our circle. So I'm gonna take my circle die, and I'm just gonna put it there where I imagined it should be. And while we're doing that, let's also do the next layer. Let's see if I can get these all on here at the same time, which is the tree line, this one right here. Okay, and we'll run that through. The s'more Hostess cupcakes, by the way, came from Walmart or Target, either one. They always carry those Hostess cupcakes. All right, so there we go. We've got our mountains. Now we've got to do the same thing here with our trees. And this time we're going to kind of go towards the bottom like that. And we also need to cut out our two, well, we're going to have to do this twice, two of the smaller trees. Oh, also, we need to do the fire too, I forgot. Lots of die cutting. All right, let's bring this over so that you can see. Here we go, we've got those layers done. See how it made that? That looks really neat. All right, we're gonna use a scrap of early espresso, and this is the little, the logs for the fire. All right, and then I've got a piece of Daffodil Delight for the little flame. All right, now if the tree is stuck in your die like this, just take your pick tool, push it through. All right, clear plate. And then we'll start putting this cute little tag together. All right, there's our flame. It came out already. Put that back so you don't lose it because it's very small. Same with this one right here, the little logs. All right, and then last but not least, our little tree. Okay, now let's put it all together. We're gonna start with our mountains, and we're gonna put this behind this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of put it there so that I don't put too much adhesive and then I can't slide it in. I'm gonna put my seal around like this. Let's get that in there like that. Got a little corner hanging out, but I'll take that off after we adhere this down. Okay, there we go. Now, uh-oh, did I lose one of our trees? I was gonna be really mad. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm gonna take my sentiment and we'll stamp that in early espresso right there. And we're gonna put that down here like that. All right, now let's get some more liquid glue for our trees. Just a little bit. Oh, are you gonna quit on me today, liquid glue? There we go. I'm gonna put one a little bit higher than the other. Like that, whoops. Now, we're gonna add a little bit of orange to our flame. Let's bring that over here. So I'm just gonna take my pumpkin pie and a small blending brush and just right on the edge, like that. All right, now we'll put this. Now I did hesitate to put this fire so close to the trees, but it's fake, so we don't have to worry about it. All right, we'll put the little, All right, here are little logs right there. All right, and there's our tag. Now let's go back to our box. Hopefully we've given it enough time to dry. And we're gonna cut some diagonals. Now this is the front of the box. I'm gonna cut from this front corner right here to that back corner. All right, and don't worry if it's not absolutely perfect, nobody's gonna care. Now do the same thing on the other side. Boy, my box is not, I can see little edges sticking out. I don't know what's going on with me today. That's okay, just take your scissors and trim off any extra. All right, now for the lid, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna cut from the corner at the hinge out. All right, and depending on if you're left-handed or right-handed, you have to turn the box so that it's most comfortable for you. There we go. Okay, so now there's your box. That's pretty cool, right? Easy, but looks complicated. Now I've got some of this Weekend Adventure Designer Series paper. I think that's what it's called. I'll have it on the supply list, don't worry. I've got 3 squares cut. We actually only need 2. We're gonna take one and cut it diagonally. We're gonna glue that right there. Okay, now the top, this one, you know what, let's go ahead and put our cupcake in. Wait, holding the box down helps. Close your box over your cupcake. Let's put this right there. Actually, we do need 3, I lied, I forgot about the front. I forgot, you need 3 of these. Let me tell you what size they are. It's on the PDF, but I wanna tell you also. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, so there. Now, if you want to cut some more pieces, put them, you know, on the other sides, you can. But I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm taking our basic beige ribbon, and we're going to tie a bow at the top. Cut the ends at an angle. All right, now go back to your tag and we're gonna need a hole punch. Punch a hole there in the top and get some kind of twine. This is linen thread, which I think goes really well with the outdoorsy theme. These would make great party favors, into the summer treats. Camping, if you go camping, you like to make things for your neighbors. This is really cute. All right, we're gonna tie that on and let's trim those ends and then we are done. Isn't that so fun? All right, there you go. Now remember, the supplies and measurements are on my blog on a free PDF, as well as 2 other Scenic Adventure projects. If you'd like to check them out, click the link here on YouTube. Let me know if you have questions, and happy stamping, everybody. Bye-bye.